You might want to be on stage, Greg. Welcome to the Great Taste recap special on Badger Beer Report. I am your reporter, Greg Washington. And yes, I am here, even though I wasn't on screen earlier. I am here with one of my favorite beer people in the world, beer reporter for Badger Beer Report, brewery expert, Joel Geyer.
How's it going, Greg?
Are you recovered?
Yeah. I'm feeling good. I also left. I got started earlier before everyone else. So I was already feeling pretty good when everybody already got through the gates. But I did feel little of the effects. But I got out pretty early, so I got a little bit of an early jump on the recovery process. I'm thankful that I did not have to deal with the flooding that many of my neighbors did. Although Sunday night I did end up going to help some. Clean up some stuff, but otherwise doing good here, and for the time being at least staying dry.
Oh yeah, and speaking of getting early, let's jump right in. I started early with the Great Taste pre-parties. Are you seeing that, or
I am not?
Yeah, my thing is dragging. It drags at the right times, which is the wrong time. But so we had a pre-party special last week where we were trying to highlight 40 of the most or 40 of all of the Great Taste pre-parties. Oh yeah. So I ended up going to this one here at Forward. They're a coffee house, but they have craft beer on tap. Joel, and they're pretty nice. They got a nice little selection. Sway was there. So as you see, of course, who doesn't love Sway? So got two Sways.
You know my feelings.
And then the middle one was G5. So I started there. That was good. Ended up going to Dexter's to talk to the Line Tails fellas. Eric was there. Alex was not. But had two of their exceptional beers on tap, the 90 Red Vienna Lager. Respectfully, our Dosh beer, I believe, is better. But I mean, we're always going to kind of say that, of course, here because it's true. No, because we love it. And we're biased, of course. But and also I had the Sandbar Pills. Was on top, and then 90 Red, and then Joel. It was really nice. They had some. They had the only reason their wings are being shown is because they were in lion's tail sauce, made with one of their beers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really it was nice that was going on. And then over there is a really nice sour that I got from Chris, the oak rep that I met there. So that was fun. Good times there. So then headed over that was on Thursday, y'all. On Friday headed over to Youngblood. And of course, Joe, I had to have the collaboration with 1840. And it was exquisitely excellent, wonderful, very nice old-fashioned sour, as it's called.
That just sounds fun. That just sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
0.5% too. I mean, they brought some of the ABV with them from the old fashioned.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody can confirm or deny if this made it over to the park. But this was a good one. It was a good time. So then I had, of course, one of my other favorite breweries in the world is Amorphic Beer, and I had their collab with Youngblood. Very, excellent. We'll get to Amorphic a little bit later. And also I had to put a little picture of the Crunch Wraps, y'all. If y'all ever go to Youngblood and don't get a Crunch Wrap, you've missed out. I mean, they take the Taco Bell nonsense to another level. This is really great. So that was a fun stop. And then that's not where I want to go, but over at Youngblood, I hung out with Billy and Phil from 608, and that was a very fun conversation that most of it was off the record, Joel, so I can't say anything, but it was fun. It was a round, table of like them talking about a crazy collab. Phil was talking about his foray into the THC drinks and where that's going and where he wants to take 608. Billy had some comments about that and Youngblood and a couple other things, but it was fun. Those guys are great. That was a good time. And then ended up at the Musca Lodge. Musca Lounge? And then I had, of course, Earth Rider was there, so of course I had to have some Earth Rider. I don't know, Joel. There's this push for these cream ales now. I don't know if you've seen it or felt it. And I don't know. I'm not a cream ale person. I keep saying that, but I keep jumping in, and y'all are making these wonderful ones. With a little bit of hint of cherry, a little bit of hint of this. That I think this blueberry honey, and it was really, really done. Well, I didn't have any of the sway, and then the Baron Bean rep was there, and I had the Heritage Saison. That was the one on the left. That was exquisite. Baron Bean was amazing.
I got to get up to Marquette at some point.
I don't know who they were, but they were just great. So, the Great Taste pre-parties, man, they were real good time. It's highly recommended, of course, if you can get in town. Some people can't, but if you can, really good time. Also, a time to sample some of the ones that you may or may not get to on Saturday, and we'll get to that pretty much right now. But first, we are going to welcome some of my friends and some people, some friends of everybody in the beer community in Wisconsin, because they are part of the backbone that puts on this wonderful festival that we're talking about today. So without further ado, we're going to bring on my friend Laura, who is the secretary of the Madison Homebrewer and Tasters Guild.
Hi.
Used to be the treasurer, right?
No, people keep thinking I'm the treasurer.
Okay.
I've always been the secretary.
Okay.
By people, you, Greg.
Yeah, well, we were trusted with the money, so it's all. So, hi, Laura. How you doing? Are you recovered?
Not quite. Yeah, it takes a few days. That's for sure. A lot of running around, lots and lots of beer. Yeah. I think I cracked one of my first beers today, finally.
And we'll get into it, y'all. Like, the Great Taste ends for everybody at 6:00 on Saturday, but it doesn't end for the club. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It definitely does not end there. And also, we're going to be I'm going to bring up my friend who has the same name as me. So of course he's prestigious in these parts. His name is Greg. Greg.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
What are you drinking?
So, yeah.
What are you drinking, Greg?
Oh, what am I drinking? I am drinking mango juice, actually.
Oh.
I am still recovering as well. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We didn't get that. Okay, you're still recovering. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I'll be. I definitely had a good amount of beers at the pre-parties last week, and then the taste on Saturday, and then clean up on Sunday at one or two beers, and then I'm good. Need to rest my liver for a little bit.
Yeah. So Joel was really for the record, y'all, I am a member of the club too. But Joel and I got media passes for the event. I did not volunteer this year. I have bum knee, so I did not volunteer. But y'all know the club. I've been there previously numerous times for a lot of times, especially in my heyday where my knee wasn't horrible. But now I kind of feel that I served the club in this manner as far as getting the word out and getting the word out about the Great Taste. So that's what Joel and I did. So that's a little disclaimer. But also, Joel was very vigilant in his role about, taking the media pass seriously this year. And he snapped a whole bunch of content. And Greg was, horrible. So you're about to see that. But anyway, I had fun. And I'm here to talk about everything I did. So we're good. We're good, y'all. So let's jump in, Joel. This was, I don't know, man. It's rare when the Badger Beer Report folks get together. It's a great time. We're doing it more and more often now. As Joel's been here now 1.5 years, Joel, 2 years, something. Wow.
A little over 1.5, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we had a great time. It is awesome to always hang out and see my Badger Beer Report guys. We talk almost every day. As far as like messaging and stuff, but like we don't see each other enough. So that's really, really great. Joel, this is Joel's list. This is where Joel starts off on some of his favorites. So Joel, take it away here. I see two. Well, Sway is just
yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, if you wanted if we wanted to go back, just because the one picture, go back a slide, just to point out the top right there. That was us there. That is with our Dosh beer that we were talking about before. I think I got at least 3 pours of it when we were standing there talking. So yeah, that was really cool to have like our own beer at Great Taste, because like doing it at Lager and Friends was obviously the purpose of this. I enjoyed it on tap at their Toasted Tap Room for their gathering place, Toasted Tap Room, but having it there at Great Taste was a pretty cool thing. But yeah, you can move on to the next one.
Nah, thanks for stopping me. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
No, thanks for stopping me, because it was something that I was enjoying. As I walked in, I was like, man, my own beer's gonna be here at this place. I can't even remember the first time I came to the Great Taste. I was such a naive craft beer person, and I'm still a naive craft beer person, Joel. So it's all good. We've come full circle. But yeah. So that was it's always fun to be around y'all. It really is. So Joel, what's going on here?
Yeah, so I started off with kind of 2 of the major highlights for me. So Bavarian is my local brewery. That's the brewery I'm closest to here in Glendale. And I was very excited that their Zwickle Fest beer was going to be here, because I did not get to their opening tapping for that, which I believe happened the weekend prior. So the Zwickle Fest beer, it's a collab, and I always butcher this name, but it was a collaboration with Y Hen Stefan. I think that's close enough. No.
Never get that right. I never get that right.
Yeah, close enough. And anyway, so it's pretty cool that this brewery here in Glendale did a collaboration with the oldest brewery in the world. So I think that's why I wanted to start it off with, because like this was not just your run of the mill collaboration, because this was crossing the Atlantic Ocean. You know, not the beer itself, but like the collaboration team. I mean, it's pretty cool to have this in Glendale of all places. So that was one of my major highlights, was getting that. That was actually the first beer I actually went and got. And then Sway, I think, was the only place where I ran down the whole list, Greg. Because this was early too. So like I was like fresh. So I was just like, oh man, I want to try all this. And I stood there and talked to Matt, because plug in again. We did the awesome interview with Matt that came out recently, and hopefully we're going to be talking with him more down the line. And yeah, the beer in the picture is Lovely Raspberries, which was their barrel fermented saison with local black raspberries. But he does so much with cool local ingredients, like the goldenrod. They actually brought some goldenrod from up in Dork County that they were essentially using in one of their other oak fermented saisons. But I would say probably my favorite was honestly, and maybe because it was pretty hot that day, it was starting to warm up, was a Little Breeze, the Mexican pale lager. I'm a big lager guy, and the lightness and the just really, really good retention and everything. I really enjoyed that one, but I would drink all the ones from Sway again, Greg.
Yeah, Laura and Greg, do y'all have any of those, or would you like to talk about Sway or Bavarian before we move on?
I love Sway. I missed them this year. I was working, and then I got over there, and they were sold out. I don't know what time they sold out. Maybe like 4. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not surprised, because they're amazing. I love them. I just had went up to the tap room a few weeks ago, so I can't be too mad. But yeah,
they are rapidly rising up I think the public ranks of. I think more and more people are becoming familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
Greg?
Yeah, I know I went to one of the pre-party events. I went to the one at the Mason on Thursday, and I had they had a peach sour that was amazing. Like Joel was saying, they just do amazing things. I think I might have had the Mexican pale lager, now that I think about it. And I also thought it was really good. But yeah, Sway, can't go wrong with them. So
no.
Yeah, love them.
100%.
Nope. Joel did better on this slide, and Greg fucked it up. Is the record? But what's going on here, Joel?
I had it all, and then Greg had to go in and start editing.
What's going on here, Joel? I'm not. Wait, okay, go on.
That's Cocoon. So this is Cocoon, who I just did an interview with. We have not released that interview yet with one of the owners there, Matt.
Another
what?
Greg Fapu. Sorry, go on.
Oh, it's okay. But anyway, so this was their Kolsch, which was very, very good. I'm a big fan of Kolsch. And it's not, so I would say one of their other big sellers, at least here, they do some IPA stuff, but also their fruited sours. I wanted to look because there was one. What was it at here?
I believe Cocoon, real quick, while Joe looks for that. I believe Cocoon is one of the few Wisconsin breweries that does a Kolsch service. So respectfully, your Kolsch better be good if you do a Kolsch service. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to.
Where are they at?
De Pere, so Green Bay area. And yes, the other one I had the fruited pastry sour, which I'm not normally as big on, but it had pineapple, coconut, orange, cherry, and lime. It was inspired by the painkiller cocktail. But yeah, tune it. Be on the lookout for the podcast. We get into their whole backstory with butterflies, the super interesting individual little cabin cocoon things that they have on their property that you can reserve and rent out and everything. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I had a good time learning more about Cocoon when I chatted with Matt.
Laura, anything about Cocoon? It sounds like you're finding out about them, or did you get a hold of them?
Yeah, I saw them in the perm. Didn't get to them, but I was curious about where they were. Yeah, I'll have to get up there.
Greg, anything on Cocoon?
No, same as Laura. I also did not. I try to hit up rookies every year, and sometimes I hit some, and sometimes I miss some, and but no, I don't.
It's impossible to get to everything. I mean, even if you're going to the pre-parties like Greg did, you're not doing it all. So
yeah. My list was all Wisconsin breweries. That's all I wanted to do yesterday or Saturday, and I, of course, strayed, but it's fine. We're not going to stray from, and I know Greg and Laura know a lot about at least one of these breweries for sure.
Oh yeah. So Working Draft here. This was their Blue Plume. And this was one of my favorites, I would say, from the whole day. I love a good smoked light lager when it's done properly. And this one was. It's a smoked pale lager with wild rice and cherry wood. I think they officially on the thing, it said like a wild rice smoked lager. But this was one that I would have happily sat down in the tap room and had a whole pint of. Obviously, that wasn't the case. You're moving on to the next thing. So it was a fleeting moment. But I really love this beer. And I know that Working Draft does excellent work with lagers. It's not a brew that I get to drink, near as often, being here in Milwaukee. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed that beer. And then the other one is a brewery that we're going to start being in touch with a little bit more, I think, after we reconnect with them. They don't currently have their own space, but it's Rookery. And Rookery does a lot similar to kind of Sway, kind of that Supermoon category. They do a lot of really interesting and fun things. The beer in that picture, I believe, was the Chariot, which was an oak age lambic ale re-fermented on cherries with cinnamon. And that was a very, very interesting beer. I did enjoy that. But my favorite, though, of the ones I tried was the Electric Kaleidoscope, which was a sour saison with prickly pear and lime. That one was just really refreshing. You think lime and prickly pear on the hot day, lighter style, like a lighter body than you would get with like kind of the lambic. Just that one was very, very good. Princess Peach I did not have here, but I did have Princess Peach when we had the Wisconsin Beer Lovers Festival, another really good beer. So I know I talked with Rookery that they would love to get their own space eventually. And they do some little limited distro, I know, around the area. So if you are in a place where you see Rookery, I would definitely recommend giving them a try.
Yeah, I didn't touch or look at Working Draft. And it's all out of respect because I'm Working Draft privileged, as you talked about. So yeah.
100%.
I'm always there, but their smoked beer. I mean, everything that comes out of there is excellent, and I'm literally not over exaggerating when I say that. And they really make smoked beers and lagers great. Laura, anything about Working Draft for this weekend or just in general?
We're so lucky to have them. And what I've noticed lately is they've been crushing it on just fun events like what do they call that, pool party, and the thing that they did with the little bonfire and with the poker beer. I'm not using all the good words here. They have a few things coming up, right? Like, well, they just did a Czech festival. They have a German one coming up. There's an international, like, they're just really doing great at a bunch of special one-offs and events.
Yeah, that Great Taste ticket party was fun. It just, whoever's doing that, I think we know who it is, but they're just knocking it out. Whether it be like Lars had the community events and the beer. Greg, what's going on with Working Draft?
Yeah, basically what Laura said. I mean, they're knocking out of the park with events. The beers are great. Again, another one I did not get to on Saturday. I did run into Clint and talk to him for a bit, and I tried to point him in the right direction of a brewery and told him the wrong side of the tent. So that was really fun. But yeah, Working Draft, just awesome beers, awesome events, and definitely looking forward to seeing what's coming up in the fall with them.
Do you know anything about Rick? Or I'm sorry, Laura.
I was just gonna say, I think I'd kind of do the opposite of you, Greg Washington, where I have my few like big ones that I know I got to hit, but then I try to find the new stuff rather than going to like the stuff that's in Wisconsin. I try to do more of the out of state breweries. So I heard Giant Jones killed it this year. I didn't get to stop there.
They had a crazy bottle list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Laura. Yeah, I need to know more about Wisconsin breweries. So they were all new, or not new, but most new Wisconsin breweries. And I just wanted to meet the people and taste the beer of ones that, because Wisconsin is y'all know it's pretty extensive, and it's wild as far as where our breweries are, as far as if you look at it on a map. So but yeah, it was good times. And Rookery, y'all have any comments on them?
I haven't had their stuff in a while. I know they used to come to some pre-party events. I don't know if they did this year or not.
I've had their stuff in the past. They're another fun place that definitely likes to use a lot of really interesting ingredients. And I'm a big fan of mixed ferm beers, and I like saisons. So so it's like that's definitely up my alley. So Rookery, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of them.
So little quick intermission, y'all. Our friends at Bodie Howe Brewing in Oregon, right? Bicycle place, coffee place, really interesting space. They put out a video, y'all. I want y'all to see it. And I should put it out there, right? Okay. I should put it up there, right? Okay. I should put it up there, right? No.
I see the wheel spinning.
Today, we spent the day at the
go.
Great Taste of the Midwest, where there are
hear it,
about
right?
200 breweries and brew pubs serving over 1,400 different beers all alongside the lake at Olin Park. Our first stop was Bodie Howe Brewing Company, and of course, I had to get the Bodicious Blonde, and it sure was delicious. We walked around for a while to see all the different vendors and food options. They had a lot of Wisconsin classics and even had some bacon on a stick. It started to rain, but that didn't stop the fun. We met back with some friends at the Bodie House stand and talked to the brewers. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring the microphone, so you can't hear these guys over the hundreds of people that were in this tent. But they said thank you for letting us be a rookie this year and checking out the taste of the Midwest.
So before I ask y'all about Bodie Howe, I do have to say one thing I definitely want to say on this broadcast, and I don't want to forget about it. The last time I was at the Great Taste of the Midwest was 2021. It was the year after the COVID. It was the first COVID post year. The club had limited the amount of breweries that we had, and it was like a kind of a scale back Great Taste.
It was about half size.
Yeah, it's like half fest.
Yeah. And that was the last time I was at the Great Taste. The great taste, in my opinion, did not change one bit. It was the same elevated, wonderful, excellent, warm, fun, safe brewery beer festival. It was excellent. I mean, it wasn't the exact same, y'all. There was some changes, of course, but the whole vibe and everything was literally the same. It was almost like I didn't miss 5 years, and it was just amazing. So for that, that's great. But did y'all have any experience with Bodie Howe, Laura or Greg?
I think what struck me about that video was her mentioning the rain. That maybe you'll get into that later, but that was one of the MVPs of the day because it lowered the temperature for a little bit and then it went back up.
Yeah, we can talk about the rain. Greg, do you want to talk about Bodie Howe or the rain or both?
I mean, I did not experience Bodie Howe at the fest. Glad they were there. You missed tacos though, Greg. Tacos is one of their big four. They're coffee, beer, bikes, and tacos. I know
I've had tacos.
They really like their tacos. I know that they're very popular down in Oregon. But yeah, no, the rain. It was that was an interesting.
I never made it under a tent, so it was good that I was out that whole time. I was this far. I don't know where y'all were, but I wasn't even under a tent. Like if you were under a tent when it started raining, you were good. You know what I mean? You would just stay there until it stopped. But if you weren't, it was like that. What's that game? Duck Duck Goose. Is that what it is? Yeah, where you or musical, whatever. The point is, I didn't have a chair, so I got drenched. Joel, did you? You didn't have a chair, did you?
I was good.
Where did you dip?
I was hanging out by Perennial at that point.
Because I think we met up right after that, and then you left soon after that. It was like that series.
I was down by Perennial briefly.
Yeah. Okay. And
then I came back to you guys.
Yeah, and Laura was correct. It dampened. It like took all or most of the humidity out. And here's, I guess, where we could talk about real quick. And we were just fortunate because we did not know going in what the weather was, and it was all over the place, and we did not know. And also considering what happened in Milwaukee, Madison was extremely fortunate, and we were blessed about how all that worked out because that same storm went to and just wreaked havoc in Milwaukee. So, and shout out to our people in Milwaukee, whether it be Perspective Brewing, I think Supermoon might have got some water. We know that Simon got some water, and Brookfield Venture, and we know other industry people who had water and were dealing with issues. So shout out to all of them. We hear them. Greg, do you want to talk about the weather in Milwaukee or something? Anything?
Yeah. I mean, I know that here in Madison we got a little bit of rain on Sunday, so I helped with Sunday cleanup. And that was a very cold, rainy day in Madison. It rained like all morning, and it was I got out of the park at about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I was just soaked, and so it was nice to go home and get a clean pair of socks on. So dry socks are always a wonderful thing. So,
Laura, do you have any more about the rain, or would you like to talk about the cleanup, which nobody talks about or knows about?
I mean, I'm just glad that everything, for the most part, missed us Saturday. The rain only lasted like 15 minutes, so can't beat that. I mean, it held off on our setup on Friday. It held off for the fest on Saturday. Unfortunately, it made cleanup miserable. Cleanup is a good thing that a lot of the club members come back on Sunday morning. It used to be earlier this year. I think everybody started gathering at 9, right, Greg?
There's still people there. People were there starting around 8 o'clock. Okay. But
so I mean, it takes several hours to clean up the beer fest, and that's not even including taking down the tents because the tent rental company does that. But there's a lot to do. I mean, it's a pretty big undertaking.
Amen to that. So that y'all do all that hard work so Joel can enjoy the chocolate coffee peanut butter cup porter from Copper State.
Yeah, I mean, so I admittedly, so peanut butter is one of my like peanut butter. I always tell people like peanut butter, and I feel like maple is harder to do. Like when a maple beer is like really good maple, like I love that. But I would say peanut butter is kind of one of the adjuncts that I love peanut butter when it's well done. And it was very well done in this Copper State rendition, this chocolate coffee peanut butter porter. Very smooth body. You definitely got a little bit of the coffee and in the chocolate, but the peanut butter was definitely the star of the show of that trio. And yeah, I would absolutely drink that beer again, especially come fall into early winter. And then on the right side there, we got Madison Brewing Company, and that beer in the picture there is the Scotty Berry, which I love this beer. I'm a big cranberry guy, and you don't see cranberry all that often. Third Space has done cranberry before, and I love that beer. But for a state that does a lot with cranberries, you would think more breweries would dip their toes into that. I suppose maybe in cleaning up and cost effective. I don't know exactly how that all works out, but in Madison's case, it produced a very delicious beer. It was a just sour ale with cranberries. The cranberry character was very strong. I just really enjoyed. But yeah, that was kind of my takeaway.
Greg and Laura, anything about those two breweries?
No, but it made me think I need to try the cranberry one because my favorite New Glarus beer is the Cranbic that they do about every other year.
100%.
What's up, Greg?
Oh no, I just say I really like Copper State. I remember like last time I was up in the Green Bay area, I went to Copper State. They're always awesome, and I also like cranberries. And yeah, I wish more people would do more with cranberries. I don't know if it's just a flavor profile thing for some people. I don't know, but yes, as a big producer of cranberries in our state, it would be a nice fruit that would be more utilized.
It's a naturally tart fruit too. That I think that's part of why it pairs so well when it is utilized properly within a sour ale. Is that flavor profile just really melds together well with whatever with like a nice with a well-made base sour ale.
Oh yeah, Copper State's one of my favorite Green Bay ones. Greg, I agree with you. It's great. That you're always going to get me personally with the coffee and beer thing. Like you sell coffee and then you have beer too, and you roast your coffee. I'm just a sucker for that. So it's just whatever. If you do that, even like, and Copper State does it well, in my opinion. But if you even do that average, Greg, I'm in. So it's like I can always find something at a coffee house and a coffee place, beer house thing. Always. So so one of these setting up Joel here, but on the left, I have to say, Amorphic was my favorite brewery that I remember from this year. As far as like just sitting and just kicking them back. Some breweries, y'all just like, oh, just have one, and something sweeps you away, whether it be a friend or something, or what I mean, you just have one at a brewery. And some breweries, like Joel says, you just sit there for the whole time. Okay, give me that one. That was Amorphic for me, and they were excellent. Joel, obviously, what do you got with Amorphic?
Well, I mean, I think we've talked before on the pod, like my experience with Amorphic, that for a long time, I thought they were, fine, good, but never in my upper echelon. And then in the last like year or two, for sure, with it has just become one of my favorites in Milwaukee. What they do with Czech lagers in general is amazing. But the beer in this picture is a rendition of their BOA, which I love the base beer of that. It's the Vietnamese Jasmine Rice Lager. And this time at the festival, they made a special batch of it with yuzu fruit. And so that just gave this very just refreshing, light-bodied beer this extra just the slightest tart punch to it, with a little bit of like the lemony white pepper. It's just it is one of my favorite beers. So the base of this BOA is one of my favorite beers in Milwaukee. I love that beer. I'm glad that it's becoming more of a regular there. And so it was really fun to try this kind of offshoot of it, which was very well done, of course, as you would expect it to be. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of folks love Amorphic for IPAs, but the lagers for me are where they just absolutely shine. I think they had a dark rice lager there too, that was very, very good. I mean, yeah, I can't say enough good things about the Amorphic lagers. They are just knocking it out of the park. And then the one on the right there is Good Works, which is down in Milton, which is northeast of Janesville, just a little ways. And I know the owner there a little bit. I talked with him a while when I visited there, and they were very fresh, very freshly new when I visited, and it was cool to try a couple of their beers now that they're getting a little more established. And I believe they were a rookie. Yes, they were a rookie. And I had in the picture there is the Bodega Rita, lime, jalapeno, sea salted on mezcal stats. I mean, this was a really fun beer. Had that kind of margarita kind of vibe, goza with the lighter body. Again, this was another beer that just went really well with kind of the very hotter summery weather. So yeah, the Good Works one to keep your eye on for sure. But yeah, Amorphic, I love what Amorphic has done and adapted and grown into what they are now. Love their space, and just, yeah, that Vietnamese, what they're doing with rice lagers, I would say is second to none. Specifically, rice lagers is second to none in the state of Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, and one of the things that people may or may not know about Ron from Amorphic is that he's well traveled. This guy's always around. He's literally traveling the world drinking beers so he can bring them back, the ideas back to make beer better for Amorphic. So shout out to Ron for his his what's the word, tenaciousness as far as being on the front line for all kinds of different experimental beers. Greg, I saw you shaking your head about Amorphic.
Oh yeah, no, I had to look it up on the app because I couldn't. I forgot everything. But yes, the dark rice lager that Joel was referring to was a standout for me. And one of the reasons it kind of popped out to me was because it was made with purple sticky rice. Mm-hmm. That's an ingredient you don't ever really see in traditional brewing. Or really, you don't really see that in Wisconsin at all, right? So I do love that Ron is kind of going around the world and kind of finding unique ingredients and, bringing them back here, bringing them back to Milwaukee to brew with and make something really special.
Laura, Amorphic?
Once again, I'm just jealous. I had pretty limited tasting time this year, but I think I love rice beer. Next year, I think I'm going to search the app for rice and see how many hits I get and go around because, yeah, there's some great stuff out there with that.
And then Good Works. I don't know if y'all familiar with Good Works or have them this year.
I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, they're new-ish, right, Joel? Where are they? 3 years?
Yeah,
old?
they're pretty new. Little over a year. I can't remember. I want to say it's a little over a year old for sure, but one of the newer-ish, I would say, for sure, in the state. And a really nice guy that the owner there was really excited when I visited. He was all about it, and he was giving me the whole backstory. And the Good Works is all about the name is signifying that they're wanting to do more within the community than just make beer. So a good mission there that I think they are continuing to kind of grow and flourish a bit down there in Milton.
In the middle of this, my boyfriend texted me to remind me that we did go to Amorphic, and I did have the rice beer.
Well, thanks for watching.
Shout out to Josh there.
Yeah, that's good. That's Good Works right there. There you go.
I forgot about that because they had two, and they were both like Vietnamese named, and
yep,
he was speaking a little Vietnamese. Yeah,
they're my favorite.
Well, if that afternoon's a blur, come on, like well, no one's gonna give anybody crap for that, or maybe Laura's boyfriend will. But that aside, this, so I like this one. So yo, this was
Yes.
you say you see Joel's like yo. I went for the Bavarian. I went for the Bavarian collab as my first one. Like Joe went. Not that this isn't high class, but Joe went. I was just like, wait, a 20 ABV beer, and it was right when you walked into where the early entry people were allowed in, y'all. And I just went for this one, and it was actually, what's that?
It was a trap. That's where they had right by the entrance.
It was actually pure, unadulterated Eisenbach Bliss. It was really good.
Yeah,
I liked it. Did y'all? Yeah, I see y'all had that experience. I don't think Joel did. Did y'all have this experience?
Yes.
Yeah. It was fun. And what'd you say, Laura?
I said, how can you pass up an ice box?
Well, yeah, and like I don't know how many of those did you see? It was probably the only one there out of all the breweries and everything that we saw. I don't know. I didn't see another one. I don't know about y'all, but
they had their raspberry ice box there too, but that one's only like 14%, I think.
Oh.
So, that's small.
Shotgun that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that 20%er. So that was a big talk early on, and so I got that from Old Man Coonan, and so I was really excited about it. I mean that's the thing with their icebox, man. It does not drink like 20%. That thing goes down way too easy. You can get in trouble drinking too much of that. Let me tell you.
Right. Yep. So I think Joel and I are done as far as there'll be other beers that pop up, but are there any of yours? Do y'all want to talk about any that popped up that you can think about that stood out to you before we get onto the great taste experiences?
I think 608 makes one of my favorite pastry stouts, which is their coconut rules everything around me. And I thought it was so good in years past, but this year was like they turned it up a notch or something. That was amazing. G5 is another favorite of mine. I'm glad that I was, might talk about it later, but I was helping with the Stein Holding event, and we were parked right next to the collaboration station. And they had I don't know how many, 5 collabs or something on. And one of them was a tropical IPA that just in the heat was so good. I think that's the only place I went back to multiple times because it was just right there and it was so refreshing. Those were some of my favorites. Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Greg? You remember anything?
Yeah, collaboration station, some real crazy things. I mean, when can you drink a beer out of a ice cream cone?
Did you guys have that one, Greg and Joel? It's called They Will Be Cones.
I saw pictures. I did not actually get that. I didn't see the pictures until later on, and I did not get that.
Wild.
Yeah.
I mean, that was good. McFleischmann's up in Appleton.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby collabed with Fuller's in the UK. I mean, as beer people, I'm sure most people are familiar with Fuller's. So he did 2, and they were at the 2 different times. And they were both on Firkin on cask. So I was very lucky to be able to try both of those, and they were both just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I know they're on tap. They were on tap at the Malt House. I don't know if they're still there, but they might still be there. Who knows? But those were really, really outstanding to me in the collaboration tent. I just love the idea of the collaboration tent. I'm sure maybe we'll get into that or not, but
we're here. I mean,
sure.
The collaboration tent to me is the lesser form of the old ale tent.
Yeah, real ale tent. It's there's always the one question I always get every year with the great taste. People always ask us, "When's the real ale tent coming back?"
Yes.
And that's a really difficult question to answer because 1, I don't know, and 2, hey, look, the collaboration station's here now. So
and whoever came up with the idea. Yeah, and I back that idea 100%.
Yeah, no,
nice
I love the idea.
The problem is, there's the problem with the great taste is that it's just overwhelming, and there's just so many things. And one of the things I would like to talk about is the experiences. It's not just a beer festival. I mean, it is, but there's just so many different experiences that happen, and sometimes you have to be there at the right time. Sometimes you have to be there. One of the experiences is my friends. I literally don't see half of my friends on this day. How does that work, guys? I'm serious. And I don't, y'all know, we all have the same amount of beer friends for the most part. I mean, once you start hanging around, especially in Madison together, and you're in the club, you know what I mean? Y'all, you see everybody, everybody becomes a friend as far as beer goes. And I can name 20 people that I didn't see that I wanted to see that, it just doesn't happen that day. So it's just wild. I saw Greg a little bit. I saw Laura only because Laura said, "Hey, Greg, how are you doing?" Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have seen Laura. And I was stuck with Joel the whole day, so I couldn't get away. So there's that. But anyway, I just wanted to show. So before we get to the experiences, y'all, this is always an experience. Laura and Greg, do y'all?
The great taste of the Midwest. We have just opened up the gates.
It's been really messed up, Joel. I don't know. Anyway, excuse my language. The y'all see it?
Are you just trying to pull up the title town?
We are live with the great taste of the Midwest. We have just opened up the gates. We have the running of the bowls. Let's see what people are going to. Where are we going to first?
Revolution.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. He'll find out. Where are we going first?
To set up the crew.
People look like they're on a mission. Where are we going first?
Don't know.
He doesn't know yet. That's okay. Let's see. Where are we going first?
Toppling Goliath.
Toppling Goliath. That's a big one. Going first.
Revolution Brew.
Revolution. That's 2 for Revolution, I think. Where are we going first?
Cider Farm.
Cider Farm. Here we go. Get those ciders. We got ciders. We got beers. We got stouts. We got everything. Peanut butter, stouts. Here they come. Go in. We're going in. We're going in live. What brewery are we going to first? What tent are we stopping at?
I don't know yet.
He doesn't know yet. That's okay. He'll figure it out. You guys going first?
To find our friends with an inflatable couch.
All right. Find our friends with an inflatable couch. That's pretty cool. All right. Where are we going first?
I don't know yet.
He doesn't know. And Schlafly. Okay. Own game plan. That's okay. Sometimes you come in here, you just figure it out. Sometimes you got a game plan.
Oh man, Nicole.
Joel, we'll go to. I'm sorry, not Joel. I'm sorry, Greg. We'll go to you first because you had the most physical reaction to that video.
Well, it's funny because Nicole and Thomas are getting married this weekend, and so at the Great Taste, I ran into this. So I guess there was some kind of beer TV crew there, media folks or something, and I guess they had a warm up rehearsal marriage thing where they toasted beers and gotten married at the Great Taste, which they could have done apparently, but they couldn't get it with all their guests for the wedding to come to the Great Taste. But because we actually had four members in the past get married at the Great Taste, but yeah, so her other half, Thomas, he was wearing a cutoff tuxedo and a hat that said groom, I think, on it. But yeah, so no, just seeing her taking over the microphone and chase people down, asking about beers is just hilarious to me because yeah, because she was definitely a few beers in it. It was great. I love that.
Laura, are you there? Laura, are you there?
I don't know if I'm freezing or you guys are freezing.
Oh, Laura, do you have any reaction to the video?
Oh, I just saw it before and it makes me laugh because one of my favorite things about getting in early is watching all the crowd come in, and then like if you can be standing in front of Toppling Goliath and walk right up and get a beer, but then the crowd's coming in and there's like 100 people in line all of a sudden. And then also And also that one person said that they were going to find their friend with an inflatable couch, which is my friend Evans. That part made me laugh. It's just such a small community there in a way. Like there's 10,000 people there, right? Or close to it. And obviously you don't know probably most of them, but there's also probably all of your Madison beer friends are there. So you always make connections, and it's just fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
We have thousands of friends.
Yeah, and wonderful experiences. One of my favorite ones was when Joel and I walked up to Titletown Brewing, and of course I was interested to talk to their black woman brewer. You see her on the left there, and yeah, these guys are fun. They're great. Joel, what the hell's going on over there?
It was a beer blur.
Yeah.
And
please explain. Explain
I
to those who.
It was a bubbler that replaced the water with the beer, and I think that the science behind replacing water with a carbonated, with the beer, there's a little bit of a tweaking because I had a little bit of a, we'll say it came out quicker than I anticipated my first attempt. But we got there, a lot of foam, but the whole premise of it though is that you're not using it as a actual means to drink beer. It is purely a fun time. I remember the guys at 1840 one year, they had a water gun that was shooting their table beer. It's fun when when a brewery does something completely off the wall like this, as a manner of serving the beer.
Absolutely. And I don't know. If y'all have never been to the Great Taste, again, A, I don't know why, but B, it's always just so you just can't beat that view. It's just not beatable, y'all. And especially when it's nice coming off the lake, and you can see. I love Joel had two pictures here. The big picture is like it's all calm, and then the one on the left is like, yeah, y'all better chill. So, Laura, you have a big reaction to this one. What's going on here?
I'm actually wearing this shirt right now because I lost my team lead shirt. So I have Mr. Stein. Yeah, so the club doesn't always run kind of like our own inside events. If you see fun things like Revolution will have games, or somebody will have, I think there was like a rock, paper, scissors tournament last year, usually those are things that the breweries bring. But this year, because we had our logo, which was behind me on the thing, as a Stein holding man. So we had our own Stein hoist competition where people could sign up and see how long they could hold a full liter of beer, which is way harder than you would think. I did it myself, and I think I got probably dead last of all the times. But yeah, this is one of the crews that went up. We did flights of 5 people. The guy in the tall guy in the gray shirt actually won the whole thing with 5 minutes and 1 second, a full minute longer than anybody else. He was just in the zone. But that was just a super fun thing. It ended up being really popular. After we ended the competition, so many people came by and still wanted to just try it themselves. So we ended up running it like a full hour longer than we had planned to do it because there were just so many people that wanted to give it a try. It was fun.
Nice. Greg, any comments? I don't think Joel and I were around this.
I walked by when it was first getting started.
Greg?
I did not. I was not in the area during the time of the Stein holding competition. I do know the first and second place winners, but I don't know. I've done a Stein holding competition in the past. It's not it's not an easy task. It definitely a lot of endurance. So yeah, congrats to Jim on over 5 minutes. That's crazy. So
it was crazy. Yeah, we were right next to the collaboration station, but it was just kind of a thing that was supposed to go from 2 to 3, ended up going from about 2 to 4. That's my train of thought. And that's where I was. We were doing that when the rain started because it was right around 2:30ish, right? Something like that. So we all kind of hid under the collaboration booth and then came back out. And I thought that everybody would have been gone and that essentially that the competition would have been over, but everybody came back and just wanted to keep going.
No, right.
Yeah.
So I think,
go, Greg.
I was going to say, I think right when the rain started, because there's a picture that I think Scott Maurer or someone took, fellow team lead Ryan Schmunt and all around good guy. He was in the midst of his Stein hoisting when the rain started, and there's a picture of him holding out the Stein and just getting totally drenched. He would not give up. He did not succumb to the rain. He stood his ground with that Stein. So I wanted to give a shout out to him for his epic endurance.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I had a picture that I could put in the chat or something, because that was a great picture. I think it's on the Great Taste of the Midwest Facebook page if you want to go there and look at it. But people have posted a lot of fun pictures of the event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, while Joel talks about this next one, I can check it out. Well, I'm going to talk about first. I think this is part of where I stole from Joel's slide before, but I really enjoyed Delta there. Y'all can see that on the part there. I really enjoyed their display there. The whole bubbling, whatever they had, the bubbling concoctions there. I don't know if y'all saw that. That was fun. I mostly skipped Delta because, I mostly skipped. In fact, I don't even think I tried any of their beers because I'm just there all the damn time. So respect to them, of course, love them, but that's not why. Joel, you enjoyed Oliphant, and is this Birkenbat?
Yeah, it was. Well, I mostly was just finding, because I didn't know what we all wanted to do. I'd found posts. I saw these posts. That's what the rest of these are of Wisconsin breweries posting about their experiences at Great Taste. Delta's great. I like the guys at Broken Bat. Gotten to chat with them several times and connect with them again. So yeah, I mean, it's just fun to see these breweries, and I know. There's Giant Jones and
Giant Jones is the play.
And I know Hillsborough, they made the comment this was their first time, and I know there were several Wisconsin breweries that this was their first time, and I know one thing I wanted to mention was I know that part of the reasoning behind this was that because of the changes to some of the regulations and licensing and all that kind of stuff, out of state breweries had all of a sudden a curveball thrown their way, and made it much more difficult for many of them to come to Great Taste. And I wanted to make the comment that I thought it was very smart to make the decision to where there were kind of these small gaps that they had a table, and at all these different places they had the QR code, and they talked about, they had like the sign up being like, why isn't there a brewery here? And the QR code would then take you to the stories about like why the changes that have currently just happened, and how that is affecting out-of-state breweries that are trying to come in to festivals such as the Great Taste. Because I think Greg and I, the people that are like really into the industry, like really following along, they know about what is happening. They understand what is happening and why the Great Taste looked a little bit different. Like when I know Chris Drosner, a good friend, he did the comparison of the state by state breakdowns for how many Wisconsin breweries versus out of state breweries from the different years. But I think having that information in the face of people that were visiting was very smart, because I would have a hunch that most people coming to Great Taste are not following the breaking news about whether or not, like, how breweries and how distribution, all that kind of stuff pans out. And so they may be showing up and be like, wow, like there's a lot more, like it doesn't seem there's quite as many breweries, and like there's not as many breweries not from Wisconsin. And so having that information where it wasn't like they had to Google it, where it's like it's there, and it was throughout the entire festival too. Like it was in a multitude of different spots. And Greg, I think I made the comment to you at one point, I know while we were there and we were standing by one, and I said that was really smart to give people the opportunity to learn a little bit about what was going on, because I think giving people that knowledge is important so that they understand that these decisions, have an effect on what they experience when it comes to beer.
And my opinion on that, and thanks for explaining that, Joel. And my opinion is separate of Joel, so I'm not coming at him. I looking back, it was nothing for me, honestly. It literally affected nothing of my day. for the most part, with all due respect to the breweries that we missed, there was just so many breweries. There's just still so many things to do. There were still so many things that I missed that it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that shows the power, I think, of the Great Taste and the wonderful work that everybody does. Is that, you know what I mean? There's just so many that, like, it's almost even hard to miss the ones that we did miss, if that makes sense. Because I don't even know if I would have got to any of them, like, literally, not even a joke. So I don't know if Laura or Greg want to, y'all part of the club, so y'all should have, y'all should say something here. Laura.
I was just gonna say, give us the opportunity to have all the new people who haven't been there before, and that's also exciting. That can kind of breathe new life into something just on its own. So, I mean, I hope we can get back to where some of our great brewery partners who have come in the past can come back, because we want them there. There should be room for everybody. We usually do a lottery system, so it's not going to be the exact same breweries there every year. But yeah, it'd be nice to be able to get back to that, and I'm optimistic that we will.
Right.
Laura pretty much said it pretty perfectly, to be honest. It was nice to have a lot. Yeah, I mean, it was nice to have a lot of new rookies there, but yeah, it's unfortunate that with some law changes that some breweries that were originally planning on showing up just couldn't make it, and thanks Ryan, nice. I'm optimistic for the future as well. I think there's a lot going on within the organization with some folks reaching out to people in the government, and hopefully there'll be some movement there.
Yeah, enough time about that. We'll see.
Yeah,
but not to you, Greg, but politicians.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, let's bask in this for a little bit. That's awesome.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, that is let's have that be the picture of this year. That's how we remember it. That's awesome. Thanks for that, Laura. This was fun. This is my last experience that I have here, y'all. So I met Chris on Thursday at the Dexter's thing, and him and I hit it off, and he brought me a beer, and it was great. And then I was walking out, and it was like 6:15, and like they were just there still wrapping up, and I was like, wow, I actually never seen inside of a beer van, if that makes sense, where it had taps and all that. So I was all enamored, like a kid in a candy store looking at their beer thing, and you could see Chris is pretty happy to show it off. He's happy about that beer van. So that was fun. So Joel, if you would like to, I think we're just going to talk about the club now. So if you would like to leave us, that'd be great. Or if you would like to,
I'll dip here, and you guys enjoy that. But yeah, as always, I mean, Great Taste is my absolute favorite beer festival. It will continue to be my favorite beer festival. And yeah, I'm already looking forward to next year. And like he said, like I will always, I think because of Badger Beer Report, my focus has all of a sudden been on Wisconsin breweries. Because in the past it wasn't. It was always about finding the breweries that I didn't have the opportunity to try as easily. But I did miss, I'm really close. I love the guys at Off Color. I know Chris and I talked about one of our favorites from last year, Field Day. Those were someone that I missed, and I'm hoping to go to Field Day actually on Friday, down there in the Iowa City, North Liberty area. But I mean, no matter who is there, Great Taste puts on an amazing event. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough to people. Just the whole atmosphere, the options that you have, and as much as I loved and enjoyed GBF, you're not in a massive warehouse, the convention center type setup. It's nice being out there, even if you get rained on a little bit, being out there in nature and just having all of these amazing breweries. It was just so much fun. And I got to walk around with you too, Greg, which, wasn't half bad either.
Well, that's nice, Joe. Now I can drop you. No. Bye, Joe. We'll see you. Hey, happy birthday, buddy. Next week. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. If I don't.
Happy birthday!
Look at that. A week early.
Not
Thanks, Joe.
as you get older, but
And unfortunately, y'all did not get to see or experience Spicy Joel. But
Yeah,
Spicy Joe was a thing on Saturday. I don't even know if Joe was. Yeah, watch. Joel's going to run. See, bye, Joe. He doesn't want to talk about that.
My lawyer has instructed me to go ahead and leave the studio now. So, love you, Greg.
Goodbye, Joe. Thank you for everything, buddy. Oh, Lord. That was fun. So much fun to be had. But yeah, y'all, real quick before we get out of here, I didn't expect to be here this long. I thank y'all for being here. It was awesome. But one of the things that gets lost in the sauce a lot, I think, with the Great Taste is this entity right here, y'all. It's the Madison Homebrewers and Tasters Guild. They are the entity behind the Great Taste. When you say thank you to everybody who does the Great Taste, it's these folks who are doing it literally a year around. I guarantee you there's someone within our club right now doing something for the Great Taste 2026. I can guarantee it. Like almost maybe even momentarily. And if not today, it'll be tomorrow if it wasn't yesterday. So it's just a labor of love for those involved. I can speak for it because I am a member of the club and I volunteered extensively for a good period of time. And everybody who is in this club, this loves the Great Taste, loves beer. And also, y'all, yes, it says homebrewers, but the thing I would love to focus on is the tasters part, y'all. If you just want to learn more about beer, we have education, which I'll get Laura to talk about a little bit. If you just want to, go have a safe space to go to beer events, to meet people, so you don't feel a little out of place. We have our social hours. We have our trips. We have our Goodwill trip. There's just so much built into this wonderful, fantastic club. If y'all can't tell, I really love it. But I'm here with Laura and Greg, and I rarely have them here. So in fact, I've never had them here, for the record. So not together. Laura, before we get out of here, would you like to, talk about the club a little bit and within the context of the Great Taste, but really mostly outside of the context of the Great Taste, which is kind of hard to separate the two, but I'm trying to do it now.
But you're absolutely right. We do fun stuff almost every single Wednesday of the year. Like it's not just the one Saturday in August, although that's my personal favorite day of the year. But I mean, we're doing fun stuff every month. My favorite thing that kind of got me into the club originally was the education night portion of things. So the third Wednesday of every month, we get together, usually at the Wilmar Center. Sometimes we might pick a community partner. And then we are doing some sort of either maybe like looking at a particular style of beer, tasting through some, talking about it. A lot of times we do branch outside. We do maybe different spirits. We've had a rum night, we've had an Amaro night, we've had kind of, all the different things, whatever topic it might be. We had one recently with a couple like Herbie Nelson and Randy Marsh, who are like longtime brewers in the community, talk about their experience starting breweries. Like it's always something different, but it's always something fun. And there's always
those guys are legends. Those guys are legends.
Plenty of beer flowing. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Sorry, Kirby's a legend. I got to throw that out.
Yeah. But yeah, every third Wednesday, we're meeting somewhere, doing something fun with lots of beer flowing, lots of other things. So, and then the fourth Wednesday of the month, we always have a social at a different brewery or location in town, and your first 3 beers are subsidized. So, $2 off your first 3 beers. So between that and the education night, I mean, you're getting all year long just tons of stuff, and it's $50 for the whole year to join. You make that back in a heartbeat, with all the stuff that there is to do. And if you're a home brewer, especially, because then you're getting free grains and yeast and stuff too. But even for the tasters, there's plenty to do.
You also get the access to double Greg's. Okay, so $50 is not enough for that, right, Greg?
Oh man, not even double. There's triple Greg. Don't forget Greg Youngkin. Oh man, you can't forget him. Legend.
Couple words about the club before we get out of here, Greg.
Yeah. Again, I think it's an organization that caters to everybody. If you have an interest in any type of fermentable beverages, whether it be beer, cider, mead. We have committees that do education was one that was talked about. a number of years back, there were these signs at the Great Taste that talked about where some of the money from the Great Taste goes, and that goes to community partners and it goes to charities around town. Actually, I can disclose that about currently our earmark right now is about $35,000 every year goes to charities within Madison area and also South Central Wisconsin. So, and those are that's something that's what we couldn't do without of people, fest goers like you. People that attend the fest. Really, that's what we're able to do, and also helps with our funding of programming such as our beer school education nights, the subsidies for the beers, paying for the grains. Sometimes we try to do. I know we have our one big bus trip at the end of the year, but then we sometimes, if enough people want to plan it, we do have a bus trip. So we do a lot of really fun stuff. And so if you're interested in joining us, mhcg.org, that's our website. Hit us up. We're at the house tomorrow. We'll be at the Malt House. So if you're even a little, MHTG curious, come on by. Check us out. Most of us don't bite, so it's good.
He's right about that. Most. Also, before we go, I would be remiss if I allowed us not to mention, if you think that this club puts on a damn good beer festival, and we already know, like, that's proven. We already know that. This club puts on a damn good Christmas party, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Oh boy, yeah.
Wow.
I forgot about that. That's worth the $50 alone, right there.
It is literally worth the. Laura just stole my thunder because I was gonna say that. Yeah, absolutely. That is worth the $50 alone. Just going in. If you're a cheese fan,
yeah,
cheese room is just. I don't know. I haven't been, or I wasn't last year, the year before. It's just always insane amount of like good cheeses, y'all. The amount of beer is just stupid because we have beer left over from when breweries give us beer for the Great Taste and all that, and then we have idiots like Greg and I who bring beers from like 6 years that we stash in our basement, and we go to these events and then we don't drink it and then we put it in our cellar and we bring it out, and it's just great. So the Christmas party is just another event. There's just too many events on the calendar outside, as Laura said, outside of the Great Taste, and that's why I wanted to just put the club's logo up there and just talk about the club for a little bit here in the context of the Great Taste. But with the Great Taste being behind us, only a few days, this is where the club kind of settles in a little bit, y'all, and enjoys just being a club for a while until we get over immersed into everything that is the Great Taste, which again we love to do as a club for sure. But it can be very, very daunting. You saw when Greg and Laura both came on, were like, I mean, they were, there was joy there, but there was also like a little bit of exhaustion. And this is Tuesday, y'all, and it was Saturday, so it just takes a little time for us to get back to whether you're just festing or whether you're festing and putting it on. Because
I would do it again tomorrow. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Whole damn thing again tomorrow, Laura? Come on now.
It's a labor of love.
Bring it on.
Labor of love. It's
it's
the most amazing thing in the world. I mean, it's.
Oh, you see this, right?
If you don't know, for those at home,
you see this.
You
see this craziness, right?
What?
No, I'm just saying. You see this craziness here? Yeah, y'all ready to go for tomorrow? I'm sorry, Greg. Go on, buddy.
No, I just wanted to state that also. This is the largest volunteer ran beer festival in the country as well. So no one's paid to put on the Great Taste. We all put blood, sweat, and tears into this event. Whether it be the pre-stuff or day of, there's just a lot. So just a shout out to everyone that makes this this crazy beer fest happen every year, because once it starts and once that 1 o'clock happens and all the people pour in, I was next to I was maybe it wasn't then, but it was sometime during the fest. I saw Paul McGuire, our president, and you know Paul. Everyone, Laura and Greg know Paul. I said, we did it again. How does a ragtag group of nobodies put on? I'd like to think the best beer festival there is in the country, at least. And you know, it's wild to me. You know, we're not experts. We're not you know professionals that put on you know like Bonnaroo and you know huge you know festivals. We're just people that live in the Madison area that have just been doing this for 38 years. Yeah, let's go 38. And it's wild.
And on that note, we will let that be the last note. We will see y'all if you are not a member of the club, or we don't see you out in any kind of Madison or Milwaukee events. And Badger Beer Report, we're everywhere, so keep an eye out for us there. But we will see y'all August the 8th, 2026.
Yep, that's the next week.
The second Saturday of August every year, Olin Park, Wisconsin, put on by the Madison's Homebrewers and Tasters Guild. And we were talking about the one and only Great Taste of the Midwest next August 8th, 2026. Thanks to my friends Greg, Laura, and Joel for this wonderful conversation. And I'll see y'all around. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you.
Bye.